chills. You guys screech really well together. Good screaming.
We're from Texas, and Canada, I think, outdid Texas on hooting and hollering.
I know. We talked about that. You're from Texas too.
Yeah.
Hook 'em.
You know, yeah.
Do you do that in Alberta too? Like, hook 'em. That was not a good Canadian accent. Sorry.
Felicia, we're in the Act 2 theater, and I told you backstage, you guys didn't know this, but you should stick around to the very end, because at the end, Felicia's going to pick one thing out of one of these bags and one thing out of another one of these bags. It's going to correspond to your seat number. Oh, you were hungry?
No, I just thought you were going to make me eat this whole bag at the end.
I mean,
nacho chili cheese flavor. Guys, this is all diet food. It's really good for you. All organic matter. Oh, God, there's something exploding out of here. It's like...
This one says bacon, mac, and cheese. Bacon, mac, and cheese popcorn? I know what my dinner's
You know what I would do? I would probably...
popcorn.
Exactly. While I was playing Fallout, I would eat like 3 bags of this, and I would be so sick the next day.
Well, the beautiful thing is, whatever seat number you select out of these bags...
People get some free stuff, guys.
$200 EB Games gift card. Look at that, right? Appropriate prize for an appropriate Q&A.
Under your butts. I'm gonna pick something under your butts. Yep.
So, a lot of us out here have followed your work, followed your passions, your interests, that kind of thing. What are you geeking out about now? What is capturing your interest? Oh, dude, sleeping is so hard.
I have a baby. Okay, guys, does anybody have a baby in here? 4 people? No, people are not breeding. My fans do not breed. You got 2? Yeah, see, we got some people. There was one woman who came through with 7 people, 7 babies, and the only thing I could say was, "Oh, you have a great uterus." And then I was like, that was weird. You should have said that to that woman. Anyway, she doesn't sleep. And she just decides to wake up every 2 hours, and I don't know where she got this, but she just goes, like in the middle of the night, she literally coughs and like I'm an usher or something. Refill? Like that's what she does. She wants some booby. Anyway, so the sleeping is a little like, what else am I geeking out over? There's an amazing iPhone game called 80 Days that I've been playing obsessively. Has anybody played it? It's really good, guys. It's like choose your own adventure iPhone game, and it's super well written. And I played it like 7 times and gone a whole different path every time, and it's really good. So that would be the thing that I'm really geeking out over. And sleep, those 2 things. And the fact that I'm fitting into my old pants. That's pretty good too.
It's an accomplishment.
More people applaud like my pants than my baby. Jesus. Get your priorities straight. Huh? I don't know what you said, but I like you.
Now, I've got another question or 2 for Felicia, but this should really be about you guys. We got microphones right here. We got a microphone right there.
Line it up.
Line it up, everybody. Because there's no way that I have better questions than you guys do. I guarantee.
You're wearing a bow tie, so definitely not. I mean,
bow ties are cool.
He's not Bill Nye. He's
bow ties are cool, but
Oh, well,
right,
okay, what is going on? You're undressing?
No, you don't like the bow tie. I'm getting rid of the bow tie.
I liked it. Put it back on.
All right, I'm gonna retie the bow tie. We've got people at the microphone, so I can just turn it over to you while I work.
Redress.
Right over here. Go right ahead.
Hi, lady.
Hi.
Hey.
I actually have a question about Buffy.
Oh,
that was
a lot of Buffy fans here.
Is everybody gonna come see Giles tomorrow afternoon? I mean, he has a real name, but we all know him as
He was so
Giles.
nice. He was very, very nice. I was glad to meet him.
He's a handsome man.
Very handsome. He's aged very well.
Was that creepy? Okay.
Not at all. I'm fine. Yeah, I have a question about your time on Buffy. I guess that was one of your first bigger roles that you kind of stepped
That
into.
and Bring It On Again.
That as well.
See? I still got the moves.
And you're still very pale. I'm pale too. How is that a bad thing?
High 5. Hi, very pale 5. Look at that. It's the cover of Corpse. That's why people kill me so often. I'm just a corpse. It's my casting.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, do you have any funny stories about your time on Buffy, and how did your really strong friendship with the Whedons come about? Because I know that you've done a whole bunch of projects with them.
Yeah. There were a lot of funny stories on set. You know, they hired like 7 of us all at once, right? And I wasn't really familiar with the show. I mean, I was familiar with it, but I wasn't a fan, and I hadn't caught up with the show because, you know, didn't watch a lot of TV back then because I just got out of college and moved to LA, and I was like, I'm here. And I wasn't famous instantly, which was a surprise to me. But I got the job, and they hired all of us at once, and we didn't realize they hired us all to kill us all off. So like every week we'd get an episode delivered in paper on our doorstep. That's how long ago it was. And then we'd like, all the actresses would just like rush through the script to see if they were dead at the end. Because like 4 people died during the season, right? And 4 of us, and everyone was like, whew, I'm not dead, thank God. Oh no, she's dead, but I'm not dead, it's fine. So that's one funny story. And then all the potentials, actually, all of us really made friends really well, and we would sit around knitting. But the reason we sat around knitting was Allison Hannigan, one day in the makeup trailer, was knitting, and I walked in and I was like, knitting's stupid. And she looked at me like, hello. Then the next Monday I showed up with knitting needles. And Allison was like, hello. Anyway, no, I'm good friends with her, but I was a little know-it-all back then. When I first met Joss, I sat down at a lunch table with the other potentials, and this dude sits down at our table. I'm like, who's this joker sitting with us? And he was like, you know, in conversation, he was like, yeah, you know, most actors don't really get a degree. They're not really as educated as, and I was like, that's where my baby gets it. I have a math and a music degree. And I was really uppity about it, and then later everyone was like, I didn't know who this guy was, and then they were like, that's the creator of the show. And then I was like, oh, I'm getting killed off next week, aren't I? But I guess Joss likes smart asses because he kept me around and he worked with me because I think I'm a smart ass. I just would bother him over email with my shows, you know, with the guild and everything, and that he just kept, you know, using me in other things. I think that was awesome. So that was a long, long story. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Right over here.
I don't, oh, it's on, okay.
Yeah.
So, first of all, thank you so much, because The Guild was the first online show that I watched. So my husband introduced me to it, so he's awesome too.
Thank you. Hi, husband. Thank you.
So my question is this. In the book Ready Player One, there's a video game that allows you to go into any TV show or movie that you'd like to and play a part. If you could do that, which one would you want to be in?
Wow. TV show or movie? I mean, I would love Star Trek because I think I'd look really good in a unitard. I mean, I feel like I do a lot of Pilates lately. I would love to be in Quantum Leap. Was that not amazing? Was that not amazing?
I mean,
Underappreciated.
You could be Sam Beckett's daughter.
Exactly.
I'm not pitching something that I've thought of in the back of my head when she talks about Quantum Leap, but
No, I like that.
It's crazy.
I would also like to be in Friends, but I just want to be the person who runs the coffee shop. And I'd have my own little sitcom going on, like, look at all those pretty people over there. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Awesome.
Okay, bye-bye. Left people. Right people from your angle. Camera left. Bye.
I have a question about Supernatural, actually. What was your least favorite and most favorite part about acting with the 3 boys?
Oh, least favorite. I mean, there's no least favorite. The least favorite is that I never felt like I was acting as good as them because they're so good. So that was a self-esteem issue on my part, and I go to therapy now, and it's great. My most favorite is that they are just really loving, great people. I remember the first day on set, I was so nervous, and you go on, and this is a new workplace. It's like going to work for the first day. And these guys were playing basketball or something, or fooling around, and then on set they gave somebody a wedgie, and I was like, this is an amazing workplace. Because they're just so lovely and genuine, and they really are just so professional. And the great thing about them is that Jensen and Jared will be fooling around. They'll be taking pictures of weird things and showing and texting memes to each other, and they'll be laughing, and they'll be action, and suddenly one manly tear. And I'm like, how do you do that? You're from 0 to 80 in a minute. That's what I love about them. And I also love the fact they're just really genuine, loving family guys. And I think that's really admirable. And being part of that family was super important to me in my life, I think. And I just love it. I love them a lot. So thank you.
Thank you.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I see the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh no. This is really awkward. We had a thing going one time. No, I'm just kidding. Hi.
Hello, Felicia.
How are you?
I am quite well. How are you?
We're using our radio voices, are we?
Coming up next on Felicia Day's Q&A.
Well, my wife and I are having an argument. I was hoping you could help settle it.
You argue like this? No, I don't agree with you. Get out of the house. You're sleeping on the couch.
I'm gonna ask it anyway.
I don't want to sleep on the couch.
You're gonna sleep on the couch.
All right, I guess I'll sleep on the couch.
God damn it.
This argument brought to you by Act 2 Popcorn.
What's your question?
My question is this. If you had true love and something took your true love away, would you marry the first prince that comes along?
That is the most loaded question I've heard in a convention Q&A in my entire life.
It's something that we've been talking about. It's a problem we have.
Okay. Wow. Now, first of all, I'm worried that maybe you were the first person that came along for us. That's what I'm worried about. Or you were okay. I mean, not the first person. You mean like the funeral guy? Like
The first prince.
whoa. Okay, a prince is a new matter. I mean, I like to be in charge, and I like to do administrative tasks. I really like stamping things. So if the true love of my life passed away tragically, and a prince wanted me to go stamp things for him, I would let him stamp me. Okay, I don't know what else to say. What about you?
That sounds like a royal seal of approval.
Thank you.
I guess I'm sleeping on the couch.
Oh! Boy, that's going to be an argument. How dare you answer like that?
I'm absolutely furious at you right now. How could you?
We need to go to therapy. This tension is too much.
I just don't know if I can keep going. Not like this.
Go feed the dog. Next question!
Q&A and improv show. Yeah, right here.
Yep, and sing.
Hi, Felicia. We met earlier and also years ago. Hi again.
Okay, good to see you again.
When I see you again.
I'm seeing you again too, technically. I still have the same eyeballs.
Okay, now that that's settled.
Ladies and gentlemen, we solved something here today.
Thank God.
Okay,
The eternal question.
I got a list of songs with day in them, and I was wondering if you were going to have intro music, which one of these would you go with? You can also just, come up with one of your own, but I went to the trouble of coming up with a
I want to
list.
hear your list.
I mean, intro music, I mean, like she's a wrestler?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
All
like
right,
that.
she's going to win the championship. I guarantee you, man, Felicia Day's going to take it.
Okay, here's my list. Another Day in Paradise, Phil Collins.
Okay, no. I hate Phil Collins, no.
Okay,
Except for the drum fill in that one song.
okay, Beautiful Day, U2.
I like that one.
Okay, One Sweet Day, Mariah Carey.
No.
Yep. Have a Nice Day, Bon Jovi.
Ooh, no.
Okay, A New Day Has Come, Celine Dion.
Oh, maybe. She's dreamy.
The Day That Never Comes, Metallica.
No.
No. Okay.
I don't know that song. I'm not a metal lady.
Okay, no metal. Perfect Day, Lou Reed.
What was that one?
Perfect Day, Lou Reed.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a good one. That was Groove. I don't really know it, so no.
Okay, almost done. Lonely Day, System of a Down.
Oh. Put that one on the list.
Okay.
It's a maybe.
Worst Day Ever, Simple Plan.
I don't like what says about you.
It really doesn't. It doesn't feel like me. Although it's a good band. Okay, next.
Okay, last one. The best day, Taylor Swift.
I really like Tay Tay, but that's not one of her best. So I'm gonna have to go with "Beautiful Day" by U2 because
That was going to be my pick too.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for listening to my list. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
I think we're all having a nice day. Oh!
Yeah, we are having a nice day. It's a beautiful day. Next.
Right over here.
Hey Felicia, thanks for coming to Toronto. I have two quick questions. The first one is, what's your least favorite Magic card to lose to? And second is, what's your opinion on the new Planeswalker rules change?
Okay, I don't know the Planeswalker rule change because I had a baby and I can't consume everything anymore, and I love her even though. You're gonna have to describe it to me though. The one that I really hate, a smug angel, a white card smug ass angel, who right? Kind of like
Sarah
that.
Angel with her sword over her head, just taunting you.
The worst. Now tell me the Planeswalker rules change.
So pretty much all the Planeswalkers are now like legendary, so you can have like 2 Gideons with different names, 2 Lilianas, 2 Chandras.
No.
Felicia has ruled that
No.
those rules they're not valid.
No, they gotta have different. You know what? It's okay if they have different character art.
Well,
If they had
two
different varieties. If they didn't have the hey, this is my casual robe. This is my fire robe. You know, if they had different outfits. That's my rule. Thanks for you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks for being you.
Right over here.
Hi, Felicia.
Oh, baby. I'm lactating now.
24 since I did that years ago.
It's cool.
Yeah, swell, but it still feels like yesterday. How?
Is it really gonna be like that? Oh boy. Anyway, what's your question?
Depends on what kind of day you're having. How long did it take you to fit back in those pants?
It's a really good question. Thank you. Well, the funny thing is that I don't know if you guys knew this. I punked the internet because I didn't announce it until 2 weeks before I gave birth. Right?
I retweeted her and nominated her for the new head of the NSA.
Thank you. It became like a game, and I did a convention in early November for, I think it was a supernatural convention, and I stood in front of this many people with a robe, like a jacket and a scarf on, and I was 7 months pregnant, and no one knew. I was so happy, but then I was really small. For some reason, I didn't grow a lot, and then my baby had hip dysplasia and had to wear like a harness for 2 months because I didn't grow enough. So it kind of bit me in the ass. But anyway, yeah. So it took a long time, and I just went to Pilates, and they do. I don't know if you guys do floor Pilates, but you do a lot of this thing.
Oh yeah.
It's like a weird under butt muscle, like right there, that you never even knew should be worked out. I don't know whoever discovered there was a muscle in your butt, like on that side.
Yeah.
It definitely slims it up though. That's my pro tip.
The only thing is that I didn't want to brag because when I was pregnant, I lost weight while I was pregnant. So from conception to birth, I only gained 11 pounds.
What?
And then after
Did your baby weigh 1 pound? What's going on?
she was 8'11".
8'11"?
We're talking Athena. She just came out of your forehead like whoosh.
She was 8'11", perfectly round head, no cone head, thank God. 'Cause
Yeah.
All my sister's kids had, my sister's kids.
They had small vaginas. That's what happened.
Yeah. The doctor, the OB, took one look at me. He says, those hips were made for him.
Exactly. You could have been like Machine Gun. You had triplets.
So
I gained 20 pounds.
So I get home from the hospital and I got on the scale and I ended up losing 22 pounds.
I don't know.
In a week.
Were your children human?
Actually, my kid was at the con today.
Wow. All right. Well, bravo to you. You're setting a standard that no other woman can live up to. But listen, I'm sure you got your thing, and I didn't gain that much weight until the last month when I was just so unhappy that I was like, just send me a cheeseburger.
You're unhappy, tired, and you just want to sleep.
Yeah, you just want to sleep. Anyway, yeah. Well, anyway, it took me 6 months, but you're better than me. That's fine. Bye-bye.
But you look fantastic.
Okay, I like you again. I liked you before, too. Bye. Okay, next question.
Hello. So my question's about Supernatural.
Okay. You have good taste?
I was just wondering how you felt about how Charlie exited the show.
Spoiler alert!
Like, were you happy with it, or did you want her to have a happy ending?
I mean, listen, you guys. It's not my show, and as someone who's run their own show, you know, I had the guild, and I was in charge of all the decisions. And there are just things you have to do as a person who's in charge of the larger story. To add twists and turns to keep the story alive and your main characters engaged and emotionally conflicted and moving them forward. So I can't say that I was happy when I heard, because honestly, it was 4 years of my life, and it was a very rough 4 years. If you guys have read my book, you know that, you know, doing a company and doing too many things at once kind of burned me out, and it was really physically and mentally tough on me. And I didn't realize this at the time, but the weeks that I would go up to Vancouver to work on Supernatural were really the highlights of my year. And so when that ended, you know, it was very sad for me. And the way that Charlie went out was very sad, but, you know, they never kill off a character you don't care about. So what is amazing is that everyone reacted so strongly. And the great thing is that now there's a parallel universe going on, spoiler alert. So in the last season, there's an opportunity for anybody who died to come back in the future. So, you know, as sad as it was, there is opportunity in a world like that. So if you guys want to tweet at Supernatural or CW underscore SPN.
They could get on Twitter, they could get on Facebook, they could get on Instagram, they could get on all these places.
They could reach out and say, hey,
Bring Charlie back.
Bring her back. If not, it's fine too. Thank you. I don't know what you said, but I like you. Next question.
Hi.
What's up?
If you could get any two of your characters to meet, who and why?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh my gosh. I would love my Charlie to meet my character from Bring It On so she could slap her.
That's amazing.
That's a good one. Thank you for that question. That's a really good one. You should ask that at every panel. Hi.
Hi. First off, congrats on your baby.
Everybody notice that everybody over here is dressed in dark clothing, and then everybody over here is more lighter clothing?
10 points to Slytherin.
Yeah. Yes, what's your question?
So my question is in regards to Supernatural.
Yeah.
So the first part is, what would you be able, like, sorry, I'm really nervous, so like.
It's okay.
I'm way more nervous than you are.
Yes.
I promise.
He smells like pee-pee.
Honestly, it's true.
So what were you able to take away from your experience on the show? And my second question is, if Charlie wasn't written off, what would you like to have seen happen to her in like future episodes?
Oh wow, that's a good question. Okay, well, what I took away from the show is that always treat your set like a family and that everyone is equal. Because that's what I learned from Jared and Jensen. They didn't treat the actors or the directors any nicer than they treat the gaffer or the craft service person or the grip. And I think, you know, not that I didn't do that before, but it showed me that you could set an example from the top that really sets a family environment that makes everybody equal and love working with each other. So I took that away from there. And I also took away the fact that representation really matters. I think that actually, yeah, thank you. That's reflected in a lot of my work. You know, Codex as a geeky girl who played video games, and Holly from Eureka, who was a scientist and a kind of a girly girl, and Charlie, who was a hacker and a lesbian. And the number of people that I meet especially at conventions, who say, hey, that was really important for me to see a character who was very anxious, or who was a lesbian, and or you know, who was a scientist. It made me go into this, or become a gamer, or study computer science, or come out to my parents. And it made their life easier to be themselves. And I think that, you know, when people think of, you know, that kind of stuff, there's a lot of charged language over it. And it's really just about giving people an example of that they might not have occurred to them that they could be. because we tell the same story over and over, and we tell girls this is how you should be, and men this is how you should be, and I think that there are a lot of other ways to be, and if you are genuinely who you are in this life, you are fulfilling your destiny, and anything that makes you not that is an antagonist, and you should get it out of your life. And I think when you see art that has your voice and your representation that allows you to be who you are, that's what this is all about, helping each other be ourselves. And so that's one of the things I took away from it. So thank you.
If I can momentarily brag on you, that's one of the things that I love the most about Beans and Sundry.
Thank you.
That you make a space for so many people from different backgrounds, different personality types. Everybody gets to play.
Thank you. Well, I think
together.
it just reflects real life. I mean, we talk about representation, and it's not taking away or replacing somebody else. It's just like, if you look around the room, you see all different people who are different ages, different races, different backgrounds, different interests. And unfortunately on TV, most of the time, it's like Friends. It's 6 attractive white people. You know, that's fine. But, you know, I think in real life, all those people would have friends of different backgrounds and different ages and different races and everything. And I think reflecting real life just allows us to be who we are more and not think, oh, that's seeing something on the screen that isn't their life, and thinking maybe that's not, they're not doing what they should in their life. So anyway, and the other question was, what would Charlie be doing? She'd be dating Scarlett Johansson. So. Maybe. It's a fantasy, guys. Okay, next question.
Hi, Felicia.
What up?
Super excited and nervous, but I love your work, and
Thank you.
I think you're an inspiration. You are a strong businesswoman who knows how to blend her creativity and passion into monetizing her products, her projects. And I love that, because I'm also a writer, and I'm currently writing a web series.
Great, congratulations. That's great.
I even noticed that you are a fan of like some web series, not just after making The Guild, but you even liked the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, which is...
I did. I really thought that was really clever and fun, which Hank Green and a bunch of other people I know made, which was really great.
Yeah, and the thing I'm working on is very similar, and so I actually come to you a lot to look at how you actually manage to do the things that I can't. Like, I multitask, and you can like balance all these different projects and still run a business. And
it's really tough. Is that your question? How do I balance it all?
Yeah, basically, like, what kind of advice did you have? Like, I already know that you've, sorry to paraphrase, like, one of the things that you say about marketing, for example, or about getting views is you have to think about the 5 places that your target audience would look at first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, what are the 5 places? And then build from there. And like, that's really smart and straightforward advice that I just probably would have taken so much longer to get to.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, it's really important, you know, when you're doing something yourself, it's very easy to take on too much. And I would never have been able to do what I did without my partner, who is a producer and a writer and an actress herself. And she took a lot of the administration stuff off my shoulders. And I think identifying what you're indispensable at, and then looking for other people who want experience in other areas, and kind of making your team a little bit bigger, not too big, but getting partnership, because you can't do it all yourself.
True.
And also just being persistent. Like, no one deserves anything in this world. We don't deserve to have an easy ride. We don't deserve to have, you know, something, be successful, right? And I think a lot of people don't create. Thank you. They don't create because they think, I'm going to be a failure if everybody doesn't love this, or it's not successful, I can't make a living at it. Your goal, you know, I think your responsibility in life is to create, whether it's knitting something, or making, you know, a beautiful meal, like a birthday meal for your friends, or a web series, or making the next avatar. Like, your specific expression of yourself is the only person in existence who will ever have that voice. And whatever it is you decide to create, I think it's important to have that action in your life. And don't think that my self-worth is not reflected in the lack of success in this thing. That's not what it's about. It's about creating. I always say that with the Guild, if it had never been seen by anybody, I still would have felt as confident and awesome having made it as it did when it had its success. And we didn't always have success. And it was a lot of things that were against us in the end. And so I'm blessed that people liked it, but in the end, the fact that I made it was the reward. And I think tapping that inside you will make you really, really happy and allow you to get your voice out there with whatever you choose to get it out there with.
I love that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
It's great to make things and be excited about.
Yeah, and then make something nobody else can do, you know? When I see somebody, like, they give me fan art, and it's a lot of times it's of my own face, which is weird. Hey, you're gonna grow up and people are gonna give you drawings of your own face, but every single artist does something different, right? And when I see it, I'm like, wow, I never would have thought to interpret life like that. You're the only person who could do that. And when they say, oh, it's not very good, I'm like, shut your mouth. Because it is good, and you might get better at it, but you just have to keep doing it in order to get better. So
just
thank you.
Quick touch on that, if that's okay. Sorry. So I know that with let's say the Guild that you did, it was a little bit different from, let's say, Dr. Horrible's blog because it was a much smaller budget that you had to work with. Now, did you ever have issues with stretching the budget, or is there like some kind of advice that you would give for somebody who's trying to put something into production?
I mean, I just write to what you have. We had hundreds of dollars in the beginning, and we didn't have very many at the end, and we just like wrote to what we had. We had a friend who had a restaurant, so we wrote a restaurant scene. If we didn't have it, we just make up a restaurant, you know? So don't feel limited because, you know, there's ways to learn After Effects so you can make space in your garage, so there's no excuses. So good luck with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got about 10 minutes left, so
We can do it.
Do you guys think that we can do this?
We can do it.
Let's do it.
Lightning round. What's up, Sith? I don't know. This is the side where everyone's wearing dark robes.
yeah.
Hi.
So first of all, we met yesterday, and as you know, I think you're awesome, and
Thank you.
Your family is really lucky to have you in their lives on a daily basis.
These are all true things.
They are true.
But that being said, I let out a little shocked gasp when you picked It's a Beautiful Day over T-Swift, because T-Swift is the soundtrack to my life, and makes me emotionally eat cookie dough all the time.
Really
Anyway,
awkward. It's cool. We can still be friends.
We're just gonna have to shake it off.
So, you know, my favorite scene in Guild series is that Bollywood scene, but my second favorite is when you accidentally knock that guy down the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
So, is there anyone in real life who you would want to intentionally do that to?
Are you trying to get her to be criminally liable?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to like injure somebody.
Tell about your moves in advance.
I don't think I can say that I want to knock someone down the stairs without it getting to them. I would pretend knock myself down the stairs. That's what I'll say. No, I don't even have an answer. I can't answer that. Why would you make me murder someone? I hate Taylor Swift. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I love her. I love her. Guys. Oh, wow. Ryan!
A war is breaking out.
Okay, next question. Lightning round. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry, I won't murder anybody for you. Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
Oh, you know, just hanging out at the con.
Hey, you know. What we doing?
Thank you very much for your time and bringing us your vision of the Guild. It was awesome. It was the first time I had seen anything with you in it, and been a fan since.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask about how many characters or situations in the Guild were directly taken from your own time playing WoW.
You know, everything was kind of an amalgam of all the years. I played a lot of online games when I was a kid. I played Ultima Online, I did MUDs when I was a really young kid. I played Puzzle Pirates, which was this amazing online game. It's still on, it's amazing. I wish they had it on iOS. And I played WoW. I also played Diablo a lot. So I interacted with a lot of people over the internet, and I sort of like distilled it into certain kinds of people that I play with. The one person who is more directly related was Tinkerballa, because I had a guild leader who ran the whole raid, and the 40-person raids when we had those back in the day. And she was, yeah, exactly. And I met her in person. She was the sweetest Asian girl. And then over the mic, she was like, "Get the hell over here!" You know, she was awful. So I think that was mostly based on it. And then the stories and everything were things I made up. They weren't true to life at all. I'd love to push a stunt person down the stairs, but I don't want to murder anyone. You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Lightning.
Hi, I saw you earlier today.
Okay, what's up?
I just want to say thank you.
Yeah,
Somebody already asked my question, so I'll ask another one.
Okay.
So I'm sure you saw Game of Thrones. I'm sure you...
Yes.
Yes, exactly. I would like to know if you could play any character, who would it be and why?
Oh,
Does this include the dragons?
Yeah.
No, excluding the dragons.
Excluding the
dragons. Oh boy,
No dragons, no White Walker.
No White Walker. Can I be a direwolf?
Come on, a human.
A cute. Boy, did we slap? Jeez Louise.
I know I'm difficult.
I really liked Marjorie Tyrell. I mean, I thought she was great, and that was, I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything. Everyone dies, you know. I really liked her, so I think of the characters. I kind of had a thing for Littlefinger. I have a thing. No more comment. Next question.
And why Marjorie Tyrell?
The what?
Why Marjorie?
I mean, I just think that she had a lot of layers. She was manipulative without being evil. She did what she needed to do. And she was a queen, man. She got shit done. Anyway.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Next question.
Hi, Felicia.
Hey.
What's up?
A couple of gobos. Sorry.
Where's the most isolated place you can live for the rest of your life?
Most isolated place?
Yes.
I could live on a little island with a beach that I never went to, but I just saw from my window because I don't like the sun. As long as there was internet. And I like some turtles and a llama. Because I want to have like animals. And one other human who really liked to play board games.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You can come visit.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Next question.
Hello.
Hi.
If you were to write the guild in 2017, how would the gaming or technology change? Would you incorporate VR, anything tablet?
Wow.
Would you change it to like Overwatch instead of World of Warcraft? Because Overwatch is really popular.
Yeah, I would definitely, that's a good question. I would definitely have the guild play different kinds of games versus one kind of game. Because I think that people nowadays aren't like wedded to one game. They would be like Steam friends and they'd be like, what are we playing tonight, you know? And I would probably do some VR, but like as a novelty episode or like a novelty, like a season thing. You know, but VR is, I have an Oculus, I just haven't opened it. I had a baby. Anyway, next question.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, Felicia.
Hi.
I'm a huge fan of Supernatural and a big fan of your work.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to ask, like, I know that Charlie got to meet Castiel, and I was really excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
But what other character would you have wanted Charlie to meet that she didn't get to meet? Because I would have liked her to meet Kevin.
Oh, I love Kevin. Kevin's character is amazing. Kevin is amazing. I would like her to meet the Mark Shepherd's character so she can kick him in the balls. But I love Mark as a person. It's just his character, our characters, because I love Mark, and he has the cutest daughter. I love it. Anyway.
You,
Okay.
you were here earlier, right? Kirsty?
Sorry?
You were here earlier, Kirsty?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's hear for Kirsty. She's great. She's wonderful.
Aw, yay! You're awesome.
And good luck on Gishwez.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Question over here.
Hey, it was great to meet you this morning.
Nice to see
thanks
you.
for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
How do you think it would go if the guild ever met up with the gang from LARP's The Series?
Wow, that's a good question. They get their asses kicked. Next question.
Like double, triple lightning round.
Yeah.
They're telling us we got to wrap it up, but we're going to get all of you done.
Okay.
Hi, I love Geek and Sundry. I've been watching your streams. You're great.
Thank you.
I really loved your character in Critical Role, Lyra.
Lyra.
Critical Role is one of my favorite shows right now, and I was wondering, do you have any like funny behind-the-scenes stories or cool stuff that happened? Or
I mean, I love the fact that Matt just let me be a goofball, and he was like, "You do you," and he pitched me the idea of having a boyfriend, but I was the one who made it weird. Thank you.
Hi.
Okay, next question. We're hurrying.
Okay, I'm super nervous, sorry.
Okay.
You're kind of the reason I came to FANEXpo this year.
Yay,
I
thank you.
actually live 16 hours away and actually drove here because you were coming.
Please don't drive home. Like, stay the night. Okay.
Okay, so I was really heartbroken, of course, when Charlie died. But I was excited when I saw you in The Librarians.
Yeah, that was a fun job.
That show was awesome. Is there any other shows that are kind of like on your bucket list to be on, if you could?
Oh, wow. I would love to be on Master of None because I love that show more than anything. And I would really like to be on, oh my God, it's really hard to say. Expanse would be amazing because I love that show too. And I would love to be on House Hunters International. Because I want to live a Portugal. Okay, bye. Next question.
Bruce Campbell's going to be in here with his boomstick.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
All right.
Still on the topic of Critical Role, you as Lyra was amazing. I loved your interactions with Sam. They were so good.
Thank you.
But a lot has happened in the world since Lyra appeared, and a lot of time has passed. Have you and Matt maybe discussed what Lyra's been up to since then?
No, we haven't, but I intend on going back and like pushing my way back on screen sometime. But so I'll catch up. Thank you. Thank you. Next question.
Hey, Felicia.
Yay.
So we all know about your backlog with Supernatural and Dr. Horrible, but what I want to know is what was your favorite scene while filming The Legend of Neo?
My favorite part was being on a harness and getting my my hoo-ha pushed up into me for hours on end. Next question.
My wife's the one with the super uterus.
Yay, super uterus! Yeah. You got a super something too. Next, what's your question?
So life changes after children. My question is, the kinds of roles that you'll pick going forward after having a child, are they going to be different?
No, I mean I just kind of wished I got naked before because my body was much more nice, but I won't do that at any time. No, I probably will do less. No, I'll just do the roles that I love, regardless. But thank you. You know, I won't show her the ones where I kill people. Last question.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi, this is my first time at FANeXpo, and I'm here because of you. I flew all the way from Newfoundland in
What?
Eastern Canada.
Newfie.
So you're saying you came from away, like the musical?
Team Human!
Woohoo! Team Human. Sorry guys. That was really loud. Just wonder if you had any advice for anybody who was trying to get into acting and really doesn't have a whole lot of opportunity because Newfoundland is really small when it comes to its arts community. So I was just wondering, like, because I think you said one time that it's really important for you to start at home before you try to make it in a bigger center.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you had any advice for somebody who's trying to make it in a smaller community before trying to make it into the bigger ones.
I would just get as much experience as you can. Make your own videos. Even if you're just filming like scenes you download from friends or whatever, just get some practice. And then move to like Toronto has a lot of filming, guys. Toronto and Vancouver, tons of filming. So you don't have to go to LA for anything. And just always be humble and try everybody's role. Do craft service, do directing, writing, try it all because then you'll understand how hard it is to do everybody else's roles. Thank you so much,
Felicia,
guys.
the wonderful people at Act 2 Popcorn, pick that's the row.
Okay.
And this is the seat number, so just pick one out of that.
Okay, we gotta do this.
And the Act 2,
somebody's gonna get some
Row S.
Row S. Row S and seat number 35. S35.
S35.
Nobody's there.
S35.
Anybody win?
Going once. Grabbing
We got it? Another one?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
S35 right there.
Up there.
There we go. They're going to bring you $200. Thank you so much.
Thank
to the
you
wonderful people at
guys.
Act 2. Thank you.